In this video, I'm going to talk about frustration and how to deal with it. Hi, my darlings. Welcome to Be Strong and Love Yourself, a channel for very strong people. I'm Dasha Bisali, and I created this channel to share information that helps me to be happier, with the hope that it will help you too. Not long time ago, there was a coffee shop opened not too far from my home. And in this coffee shop, they have amazing Italian pastries. And I keep eating them. Now I'm a little bit addicted to them. I'm trying to eat less sugar. And now I have this super yummy eclairs 3 minutes away. It is so frustrating. They are so good, especially hazelnut. So I'm going to talk about frustration today. In my little example, it's kind of silly. I can just use my willpower. So what I decided for myself, I will compromise and will eat eclairs here and there a couple of times a week, the little ones. And it will help me to satisfy my cravings and at the same time don't be completely against my healthy diet. But in life, there are situations when you have no control of them whatsoever. And in this video, I want to talk about the situations when you really want to react because you are so disturbed and uncomfortable, but you understand that your action will make the situation even worse. Somewhere deep inside, you know that I shouldn't react to this event or to other person's behavior, but you still sometimes do react, and we want to avoid it. So this video is about that. There are two things about frustration that I want to highlight, kind of problems of frustration. One is that it creates negative feelings. And the problem with feelings is that sometimes we think that feelings are facts. If I feel the certain way, or if I feel scared, there is a danger. But it's not always true. You can be scared of something when there is no problem whatsoever. Sometimes we are so very nervous about interview. You go and you get stressed, and then it goes so well and amazing, and you get hired. Or sometimes we can have a date and you think that person doesn't like you and you get upset, but it turns out that he's all over you. So our feelings, based on our experience and also based on our genes, are not always true. They are signals, but we shouldn't be slaves of our feelings. But unfortunately, when we're frustrated, these feelings start to control us. So you want to avoid that. This is very important. And the other thing is with frustration, sometimes we think we can change something. In reality, we don't. And especially I noticed that when you get frustrated with another person, you want to change this other person to match your ideas of how the life should be. Oh, this person doesn't have compassion, doesn't have understanding. Let me explain this guy how he should think and how kind he should be. Well, it doesn't work like that. You can try to explain anything you want to other people, but it doesn't mean that they will change. It's also very important to understand when we get frustrated by other people. Again, there are a couple of reasons why it can happen. And reason number one is that you are not understanding enough. Yes, it sounds not very nice. You think like, oh, this jerk, he did this to me, and then me, I wasn't understanding. Well, sometimes it happens. Some people, they have their own experiences, they have their own visions, their own values and goals, and their own ideas of happiness. And if they hurt you, they did something not nice, they probably had the reasons to do so, not because you are a bad person, but just because of the way their brain works. And if you understand where they came from, and you will live the life of this person, go through their experiences. If you had their genes, exactly the same genes like this person has, you probably will understand. But it's extremely hard to understand even the person who lives with you, who you know really well. And it's even harder to understand someone who is not too close, just because we are all so different.
And again, our vision, or the way we see life, is based on our genes, which are very different, from person to person, and also based on our experiences, that everyone has their own experiences. So we cannot really judge other people and be frustrated without understanding them. Once you understand people, your frustration most likely will go away. And the other thing about frustration by other people is that you need to remember that they might not have the same information as you do. It's kind of linked to understanding, but sometimes you know something that other person doesn't. And this other person says something or does something, and you think like, how could they do this? Because they don't know what you know. So it's something that's important to remember in order not to get frustrated. What can you do with your frustration? One of the best things is to use it for good. When you know that you cannot change the situation or another person, when you got frustrated, sometimes instead of using the energy that you got generated by this frustration, you call your friend and you start to complain and to blame. So you had all this anger, this energy makes you move, it affects your neural connections, and you want some reaction. And you're like, hey, do you know what this did to me? You will not believe that. So instead of doing that, you take this energy and you put it on something good. You can start cleaning your room, you can go for a walk, you can do some dancing workout, or you can work on some project related to your job. So if I got frustrated by something personal, let's say, I try to focus on my work, or I try to do like the cluttering and cleaning. So this anger I direct to things that are good for me. And then after that, I can call my friend and say, you know what, I got really frustrated, but I didn't waste any of this energy or frustration, and I used it for good. So you can still call your friend and complain a little bit, but you call as a winner, not as a loser. The other thing, if you get frustrated with your partner, with someone you care about, and you really want not just let the situation go, but you are interested in solving the problem in the end of the day, you can ask your partner to give you some time to process the information. Because when we're frustrated, again, we have all these negative emotions and they can create more problems for us. So you take your time to process it and then go back and to think, do you have enough information why the partner did something, or your friend, your family member? Do you have enough information, and do you understand this other person? So take your time, don't react right away. It is important to understand that whatever happens in your life can be used for your growth and can be used for you to learn something about yourself and about life itself. So use this opportunity, and when you get frustrated, try to use this frustration. I will summarize everything. So first of all, you need to identify in the moment of frustration if you have control over the situation. And be honest with yourself. Don't try to control things that are uncontrollable, and please don't try to change other people. You can share your feelings, you can share more information, you can try to know more about them, but please don't waste your energy on trying to change others and the situation that you cannot change. Be understanding and try to direct your energy to something useful and something that you can control, and take your time to process. When you process, you let this information to pass through you and it doesn't get stuck. It passes and comes and goes, and you don't waste your energy on it. So it's very important. In the end, I want to share with you a little beauty tip. And today I want to talk about this tinted balm from MAC. It's called Glow Play, and this specific one is the floral coral color. I broke it a little bit, but it still works. I'm really bad at applying makeup, but I do love lipsticks and color on my lips. So I usually apply tinted lip balm first, and then on top of it I apply any lipstick. So today I applied this Valentino lipstick. So this is how it looks. If I just apply the lipstick, which actually has a nice formula, it's pretty hydrating, the specific one, but if I just apply it, I will mess up my lips. It will be like all over. But when I apply it on top of the tinted lip balm, it becomes not as opaque, and it just feels good, and it's easier to apply. And sometimes I apply tinted lip balm on top of it too, and this one specifically has a nice sparkles in it, so I like the color and I like how it feels, and it's not that opaque, as I said. So you can use this tinted lip balm with more or less every lipstick, and if I have some lipsticks that are not that hydrating, they feel good on the lips if I combine them with this thing. So if you are not extremely good in applying makeup like me, if you are not a pro, this is a tip from not a pro, then you can use this lip balm. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you are interested in helping my channel, please subscribe and click notification button and like this video, but the best help is if you share it with others. I hope you found it useful. Again, thank you so much. Be strong and love yourself. Love wins, always.